video, we'll be looking at different ways people with muscle weakening conditions transfer into their wheelchair. Let's go!
Hi everyone, my name is Zainab and I have spinal muscular atrophy type 3. Today I will be transferring from my bed to my wheelchair independently without a banana board, just using my own body weight. My fears about transferring this way is potentially the risk of a fall. And to prevent this, I make sure that I have someone on standby when I do transfer onto my bed, just in case. Make sure that you've adjusted your bed, if it's electric, to the height that you want it to be at. Make sure that you've parked your chair next to the bed so there's not a gap in between so you don't fall. And make sure you turn your controller off, which is something I'm not great at. Now I will demonstrate my side transfer to you and how I do it. So I will use my hands as a grip. Sometimes I turn them into a fist, which can be easier for me. My arm sometimes collapses here, so it's sometimes useful for me to use my fist as opposed to my fingers, which are a little bit weaker. So I will then put my feet forward and I will slowly bring myself like I'm jumping, but not really, and then that's it, I'm on the chair.
Hi, my name is Sana. I have spinal muscular atrophy type 2, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how I transfer using the hoist. So these are my top 3 tips when transferring with the hoist. Number 1 is to make sure the sling is all the way under your bum so you don't fall out. And number 2 is to make sure that you're holding the controller so you can choose how fast and how slow you want to go. And also if you're in pain you can stop as well because you're in control. And number 3 is to make sure when you put the sling on the hook to make sure it's all the way down so you don't jolt when you are in the air. So these are my top 3 tips for gaining control and making you feel safe when using the hoist. But if you're still afraid, you can take a few deep breaths and it will all be okay. So now I'm going to show you. Let's go. So this is the most important part, putting the sling under your bum because you don't want to fall out. Do you think I need to go a bit backwards? Okay. That's how we hoist.
Hey everyone, my name is Samuel Langley, I'm 25 and I've got Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Today I'm going to show you how I transfer out my chair and the tools I use to do it. Over the years I've found it more difficult to transfer and I really wanted to keep my independence. So looking around and testing different solutions, I came across a slide board. The slide board enables me to transfer independently with supervision and is one of the tools I use to help me transfer in cases where it might be more difficult to do it, to transfer without one. Slide boards are really useful in that it enables you to transfer at ease, and the way they're designed keeps them very safe and enables you to transfer a bit more independently. I always think it's important to transfer as much as you can. I like to do it because it keeps my muscles going, and it's an important part of trying to keep myself independent. Hi everyone. Well, we're going to give you a bit of a demo now of how to use a slide board. The first thing you need to do is make sure your slide board is on the bed and the other bits below your bottom, so that you can slide across. You may need a bit more help depending on the gradient, but for this demo it's quite level, so it'll be quite easy to transfer over. But if it's sort of slanted, you may need someone just to push you up it, to sort of help you get up the board a bit easier. So as a quick demo, I'm just going to transfer over. So what you do is you'll lean on the board and you'll slide across it. And the good thing about the board is you can lean on that and it's quite sturdy, so it won't move. And then you slide across it as such. And once you're on the bed, you may ask someone to remove it for you, or if you can, move it yourself. To get out of the bed, it's sort of the same process. You'll slide it back across, leaning on the board, and obviously leaning on the chair as you need it. So yeah, that's how you use a slide board.
Hi, I'm Kath. I've got SMA type 2 and I'm going to show you my manual handling transfer sling. It's brilliant for getting on coaches, planes, in and out of swimming pools, and also on fairground rides or roller coasters. I've had it for more than 30 years and it's absolutely brilliant. I always take this sling on holiday. Top tips for using: you can use it with 2, 3 or 4 strong people to lift. Also, make sure that when you're using it, you instruct the people that are helping by giving them clear instructions beforehand. I always let them know how we'll be lifting, usually by saying we're going to lift on 1, 2, 3, lift. Is that right?
Perfect. Ready? 1, 2, 3, lift. Okay?
Hi, my name is Sana. I have spinal muscular atrophy type 2, and I'm going to be showing you how I transfer with the help of 2 people. So my top tips when transferring with the help of 2 people is to make sure that they're holding you in the correct position that you want to be held. So I like to be held behind the back of my legs and underneath my armpits, and then someone supporting my head. So that's my preferred way of being lifted. Also, my other top tip would be to count 1, 2, 3, so you're all ready to lift at the same time, and make sure that the people that are lifting you are comfortable to lift you and that you are comfortable being lifted by them. Behind my knees, and then 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to be showing you how I do the 1-person lift. This is not advisable, but in cases of emergency, then it's okay.
Okay, so in times where there's only one person available to lift Sana, which more than likely can be a common occurrence, you do want to lift, you want to support her everywhere. Obviously, her head, she can't support by herself, so it's important to hold behind her neck. So you want to go under the legs.
Can I put my arm around you?
Yep.
So I hope that you have enjoyed this video and it's giving you some insight on different ways that you can transfer depending on what situation you're in. So for example, the manual transfer sling would be useful if you're going to a theme park and there's not a hoist accessible. And the sliding board is quite good if you've got a lot of upper body strength. And hopefully the hoist video, if you're new to hoisting and you're a bit scared, has given you some great tips on how to calm your nervous system and how to feel safe when using the hoist. Yeah, so depending on what level of progression your disability is at and what situation you're in, depends on which transfer is best for you.